Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Action Comics number 985. Check it out. So we have Superman helping people around the world. More particularly, he actually flies over to Georgia. No, not down where like Atlanta and south of the Bible Belt. No. Actually, the former Soviet Union, the old USSR. So yeah, he's out there. So they speak a different language. Although if you've ever been to Georgia down south, you know they also speak a different language. Nonetheless, so he finds out that the Machinist is down there starting some trouble because that's what that jerk does. So he realizes that Lex Luthor's semiconductors are actually imprinted on here. So he starts thinking that, of course, he's accusatory. Lex! So he goes up and he's standing in front of Lex, you know, floating in front of the towers. That scene that we've seen a billion times before. It's going to seem like I'm coming down on this. You're not wrong. So he's standing in front of him and he's like, you did this. He's like, no, I didn't. He's like, yes, you did. He's like, let me let you in. Here. No, I didn't. So all sorts of good things like this. This keeps on going on. Eventually they get to the point where they start talking and they realize that, no, he actually didn't. He says, listen, I'm going to help you find these things because this guy, this machinist, he's a butthead and I'm not putting up with this. So they go together. They wind up flying someplace else again. And I think it was Germany this time. Anyway, they get there. They find the actual machinist. But they don't actually beat him up because Lex Luthor gets one of those chips imprinted into his head. So he's going nuts and he's going after Superman at this point. Now, I can't help but to wonder, has anybody ever gotten through Lex Luthor's force field before? Because that's like the big joke that everybody always constantly says. Oh, he's got his head wide open so that we can see him. Well, doesn't that mean that his head is exposed? No, because he's got a force field. And yet somehow, the Machinist, of all freaking people, the Machinist, really? He winds up getting a chip through there. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, so in the next issue, we're going to have Superman versus Lex Luthor. I'm giving this comic a D. I'm sorry. You go back and you look. You tell me if I've ever given a Superman comic anything less than a C+. And that was on like a really, really bad week for comics. But, brother, Julian March is on art. Listen, this is like a whole new team. The muscles don't match. You look at the suit. The muscles don't match. Strange, older poses. But when push comes to shove, it's just going to take some getting used to. And I'm sure I will get used to it, you know? But Rob Williams, the writer, yeah. Yeah, that's not just going to be getting used to. The story's not great. It's not particularly believable. And I really think that the writing is just lazy when push comes to shove. Not happy with writing that's lazy. Not happy at all. So, yeah, that's going to be my complaint. And I'm just going to let this one slide at that. All right, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.